We identified three organizational problems and/or processes in the business. These are increase of price, poor sales, and gas price hike for delivery. In order for AA Rice Retailer to resolve these issues and clear the bottleneck in the process that the business has, we propose to use cause and effect diagram and check sheet as we see it fit to the business size. For the cause and effect diagram, will be used to determine poor sales and minimizing the expense for fuel in AA Rice Retailer due to gas price hike delivery. And for the histogram will be used to keep track and identify the variables in play for a rice retailer price increase for the business to make justified pricing. For low sales volume, we are using 6M's Ishikawa diagram model. We identified in manpower that the salesperson lacks empathy and politeness when dealing with customer due to lack training for customer service and complaint about the compensation of AA Rice Retailer provide. And also we identified in materials that the wood rice grain bin has chipped off wood that mixes with the rice being sold. This physical contaminant in rice sold are being perceived by customers that we don't have quality control on our products. Thus, they change merchant to buy their rice needs. We also identified in measurement. Inaccurate weight scale are causing us to lose sales due to improper calibration of the scale and broken parts visible in the scale are quantified defects and was being perceived by customers as fraudulent act even though unintentional. We identified also in machinery, our delivery vehicles have increasingly engine issues which consumes time to be repaired. Thus, delivery of rice are often delayed, sometimes get cancelled. And also we identified in Mother Nature. Heavy rains and storms causes us to have delayed products movement because of the product transportations issues that this natural phenomenon brings to the quality of our rice. We identified it as a minor contribution to the poor of sales because after heavy rains and storms, sales of rice do skyrocket, making up the loss during bad weather.
For gas price hike for delivery, AA Rice Retailer aim to minimize the expenses for fuel, reducing mobility expense. We identify two elements in 7-piece model contributing to price hike in fuel and how the AA Rice Retailer because efficient. We are in price. High markup we impose on oil and fuel prices to maintain the supply and fuel in global market. This price hike on fuel is due to the scarcity of product caused by ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia, in which Russia is global player and supplier of fuels in the world. To reduce the cost of AA Rice Retailer, they opted to refuel their delivery vehicles in the cheapest fuel station they can find and increase the delivery fee for rice they sells depending on the distance to where the rice is sold. In product correlated with price and place, suppliers of oil and fuel are overseas and Russia are engaged in war and causes relatively high expense in processing and distribution of oil and fuel, ending up in trade channels or fuel retailers to take proactive measure in adjusting prices, thus ending up with price hike. For rice price increase, these are the data item. AA Rice Retailer can be included in monitoring and analyzing. Supplier price increase. The reason why AA Rice Retailer include this item is to determine the frequency of price increase in a given period. In this way, we can analyze whether we have to change rice supplier that is cheaper and have the standard quality we look in rice to ensure that the product a rice retailer sold can be still afforded by the masses. Suppliers' capacity to supply rice in a given time period are tracked and analyzed in histogram to ensure that the supplier will be able to provide a rice retailer quantity needs, and it is also means to assure sustainable and continuous profit of the business.